I'd like to discuss the creation of a narrative. As we've all heard and seen in the news, there's been this rally in Denver that was attended by 30,000. There were 30,000 rally attendees, says Bernie. And it's been covered by every single major news organization in the country. USA Today, Newsweek, Colorado Public Radio, Denver Post, The Guardian, you name it. We know CBS, CNN, and ABC all covered this as well. So it's gotten national attention. AOC and Bernie at the rally. This was at a zero hedge. Inorganic GPS data reveals Bernie Sanders AOC Anti-Oligarchy rally was full of serial protesters. And we're going to delve deep into these numbers because it's relevant. The Democratic Party launched a full-scale propaganda blitz in a desperate attempt to sway public opinion as its favorability ratings plunged to record lows. True to form, the party of leftist radicals prefers to bend reality, relying on a rent-a-protester, or in this case, inorganic crowds, to create a false perception of popularity, and that's exactly what unfolded in Denver on Friday. Drone footage shows large crowds as U.S. Senator Bernie Sanders spoke at Denver's Civic Center. The outspoken socialist wrote on X, 34,000 people out in Denver. Largest political rally since 2008. Let's go to his tweet. The video speaks for itself. 34,000 people out in Denver. Largest political rally since 2008. The message is clear. No to authoritarianism. No to oligarchy. No to Trumpism. We're ready to fight back. Now it's on to Tucson. And we're going to play about 10, 15 seconds of this, just so you get a scale of the crowd. It's a decent crowd. It's not bad. You certainly can't say that they didn't draw some people. That's a pretty good shot. That's a pretty good shot. Now, let's get into the numbers. This from Tony Sergua. GPS, here we go again. There were 20,189 devices. Still a large crowd, but not even close to the 30,000 quoted in Denver newspapers. Nor the 34,000 that Bernie said. 84% of the devices had attended 9 or more Kamala Harris rallies, Antifa, BLM, pro-Hamas, pro-Palestinian protests. 31% had attended over 20. So out of 20,189 devices, 84% had attended over 9 rallies. That's 16,959 people. So 16,959 people out of the 20,189 had attended a minimum of 9 or more of these specific left-wing causes. And 31% of those 6,259 had attended over 20. 16,959 people had attended 9 or more rallies. 6,259 had attended over 20. For more insight into the data, we also look at, in addition to GPS location, would be demographic and psychographic data using over 6,000 different databases like the Bureau of Labor Statistics, Pew Research, market research firms like YouGov, Experian, specialized tools like ESRI's Tapestry segmentation, customer surveys, social media platforms like X, Facebook, LinkedIn. Demographic data includes basic characteristics like age, gender, income, education level, occupation, marital status, family size, and ethnicity. Psychographic data dives deeper into people's lifestyles, values, attitudes, interests, personality traits, social class activities, and how they make purchasing decisions. For example, it might show if someone values sustainability, enjoys outdoor livings, or participates in community activism. While demographic data is straightforward, psychographic data can reveal sensitive personal details like beliefs, even life goals. Additionally, by cross-pollinating each device with other devices regularly within close proximity to the target device, we are able to build a detailed profile of each target. 90% of those in the above 84% were likely working with one of 5 groups and is the reason for their presence. Once again, this is based on very sophisticated algorithm that looks at the behavioral metrics for each device, including the physical one-to-one proximity to leaders and paymasters from these groups in the past. Distribution project, rise and resist, indivisible project, troublemakers, and Democratic Socialists of America. Each receives money from Act Blue, and at least 3 of these groups received money from USAID. So what we have here is a crowd of, we'll say, at least 20,189. 84% of which are paid actors who've been brought in or astroturfed or are the diehards, the super leftists, who are there to create a narrative. And this is the narrative they create. Remember, 84% of this crowd, 84% of the people you see in this video right here, they were brought there or paid to be there. 84% of these people might as well be paid actors. Might as well be paid actors. Yeah, they're true believers, but they are very much true believers in the Marxist sense. So I wanted to do a quick video about this before it fell down the memory hole. That you have the national media out here parroting this rally. Parroting it. Left and right. Up and down. From the mountaintop. The Guardian. CNN, CBS, ABC, NBC. Newsweek, ABC, USA Today. Denver Post. I'm sure the LA Times and New York Times covered it as well. This is just a quick Google search. And what we know is that this rally of 34,000, says Bunny. The video speaks for itself. It does, Bernie. What it tells us is that you guys are able to hire quite a few people. And unfortunately, you're able to hire that on our tax dime in a lot of cases. Hopefully that can stop. But this is what it looks like when you create a narrative. This is created out of whole cloth. If you run through these numbers, this rally, taking away all of the paid actors, was a rally in front of 3,230 people. Those are the people who very likely were not paid in one form or another to be there, or a member of one of these activist groups. Out of 1,728,159 Democrat voters in the state of Colorado, that was who voted for Kamala in 2024. 1,728,159. AOC and Bernie were able to rally all by themselves an entire 3,230 people. This is what a narrative looks like when you create it out of whole cloth, using illusion, magic, subterfuge. 34,000. Well, we can definitely account for 20,189. And out of those, only 3,230 were genuine. The creation of a narrative out of whole cloth. Thank you, Tony. This is very insightful. We're going to make sure to follow Tony so we can keep up with all his work in the future. And it's my hope that you got something out of this. If you did, be sure to hit the like, subscribe, share it with a friend, let them know. That Boyney, his 34,000 rally, that was as genuine as a faux fur. And that them numbers, they were actually closer to 3,230. Oh boy, sounds like we's wasting some money there.